the one-time kind of, well, it's not really my thing, but, I think they need it, so I'll get in there and help them out. So even within, one ministry, you can have all kinds of different reactions or motivations for why we serve. But here's the thing that I want you to get, and it's going to be a little wordy, so I want you to pay attention, and I'll say it again. For the person who is service-minded, okay? Some of us, you know who you are. You're service-minded. For you, action without contemplation feeds compulsion. Action without contemplation feeds compulsion. Action without thinking about why you're doing it and just doing it can feed compulsive behavior that you just do. You just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Service needs to begin where? What? At the feet of? Right, okay, right, at the feet of Jesus. It starts at the feet of Jesus. It begins at His feet. And when you start at His feet, you give Him lordship. And you allow Him to direct your life. You shouldn't say yes to everything. There are things you should say no to. Because if you say yes to everything, this is something I've learned as a pastor. I love doing worship. I love the opportunities that God has given me, but every time I'm the one that keeps saying yes, 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 I rob the joy of ministry from someone else that God is calling. If I keep saying, I got it, I got it, I got it, then Jeff doesn't have a chance to share his gifts with you guys. Then other people don't have a chance to step up and do the things that God has called them to do. There are things you should be saying no to. There are times when people have reached out and said, I need help. Our marriage is a mess. I need to meet. We need to talk. We need to talk. And I remember very distinctly, I looked at my schedule and I knew there was no way. This is like a Thursday. Like from Thursday, that begins the witching hour for me in like my house because of the way our schedule works. I was like, I know there's no way I'm going to be able to talk to them until like probably Tuesday night. And I felt real guilty, so I wanted to say yes, but I just couldn't. I said, there's no way I can meet with you until Tuesday night. But in my heart of hearts, I had a peace about it. I was like, I think it's okay. And that couple had an amazing conversation on Saturday morning. And I thought, I wonder if things would have been different if I had just blown up my schedule, said no, whatever. The Lord did that work on Saturday morning. And He got the glory for it. And He's the one that they needed. And in that moment, they needed a no. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we need to say no because God's doing something different. But if we're not at the feet of Jesus and we're compulsively saying yes to everything, well, that's not obedience. Most of the time we're just trying to make ourselves feel like we're productive members of society. We feel good about ourselves. I'm doing. When Jesus claims in Luke 6, He says, I'm the Lord of the Sabbath. I'm the Lord of rest. If you know me, you're going to know rest. Jesus is in your home right now. He's probably in that room you never go in. Right? Anybody have one of those rooms? I always think it's funny, those like rooms that are like sitting rooms, that like there's no practical purpose, you like never go to that room. But some people use those rooms. Some people actually go and sit in them. I really commend you people, right? There's no TV in that room. What are you doing there, right? But He's in your house. He's in your house, and He's just waiting for you to sit at His feet. He's just waiting for you to hang out with Him. I love Revelation 3. Revelation 3:20 is a verse it's directed right at the church. And Jesus says, Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I'll come in and eat with that person, and they with me. I like eating with people. Do you like eating with people? Okay, dude, Jesus wants to eat with you. He wants to commune with you. This is not a, please tell me the next directive. Oh, Lord. It's not It is, and it isn't that. He is the Lord, He is the King. At the same time, the King wants to eat with you. You. Not when you get your act together. Now. I'm going to ask the band to come back up. And I'm going to read this quote that really shook me this week. For too long, we have thought of the Christian life as essentially either involvement in political, economic, social concerns that wear us out and result in depression or activity which keeps the church intact and doctrinally pure. Our primary orientation cannot be an institution or some great cause or even other people, but first and forever to God. Unless our identity is hid in Him, we will never know who we are or what we are to do. Our first act must be prayer. We are called to be continuously formed and transformed by the thought of God within us. Listen to this. Prayer is a disciplined dedication to paying attention. It's a disciplined dedication to paying attention. I'm paying attention. Without the single-mindedness of prayer, we will rarely hear anything worth repeating or catch a vision worth asking anyone else to gaze upon.